Folks, welcome to Monster in My Pocket. 6 players have signed up to race. 30 minutes. Watch out for game overs, that's a big deal. So I hear.
Yeah, this has a whole bunch of interesting stages and boss fights, and we're gonna see how far they get. We've done this before, like many years ago on Speed Bump, and I think players struggled a bit. So I'm kind of interested to see how they do this time around.
It's not a terribly hard game, but yeah, I don't have much in the way of recovery, I guess.
Yeah, the big problem with this is that it has finite continues. So a player who plays really aggressively might end up getting punished for it.
Race is underway. They have 30 minutes. Gonna take Okami's audio. Nice and clean.
I don't know offhand whether or not there's significant differences between the characters. I don't know whether or not the vampire and the monster play differently.
I think you have double jump. I don't know if only one of them has it. It looks like they're the same to me. The double jump is tricky. You have to do it at the apex of your jumper, it doesn't work.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, so this is the first boss Okami's up against, Knife Guy. And that's that. This isn't an incredibly long game. I think it only has 7 stages, so you know, if our players play pretty conservatively, it's not unreasonable to think that we might see it clear. But one of those stages is a boss rush, like you have to do refights of every single boss. Though it seems like the bosses might be, or at least the one boss we've seen so far, might be less frustrating than the stages themselves.
I like these tiny little guy games. NES loved them too. Fawcett Side's Dracula.
Wasn't this based on like a toy line?
I don't know why they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo.
It does look like that.
I don't think it's even... I don't think you could even call it anything else. It's definitely that. Like, it just is. Sadly, it doesn't have the same number of, the pronunciation is wrong. Not enough syllables.
Well, I sure hope someone got fired for that oversight.
Yeah, absolutely. Should have been Nosferatu's in my pocket.
Time Stalker and Okami fighting boss number 2. They're both, you know, going blow for blow on this one.
This game is a, I think it was a team battle on the Halloween show. You just didn't run into it.
Was it?
Not this level.
Alright, that's Okami done with the boss.
Vampire.
And Time Stalker done with the boss.
It's just Toy Story then. Toy Story 5. You know Sid from Toy Story 1? Remember that character?
Of course.
He found out about the Monsters Inc. doors canonically and tried to use them to get rich.
When you say canonically, do you mean non-canonically?
No, I mean in the text that they release, that they make, they have a story where he's trying to steal their powers. This is stuff I learned while I marathoned all these movies.
Okami making fantastic progress in this game.
Hate to be a tiny little guy in the sewers. Seems like you wouldn't survive that very well, even if you were Dracula. Take advantage of that huge sweeping strike that you have.
Okami found a good pattern here.
Is that Aqua Beast from King of the Monsters 2?
I cannot believe King of the Monsters was that cool. I don't like. While I recognize it's probably a bad game, maybe I just feel really good about it because we won. But
I had the first one as a kid, and it was a game that I put on the shelf pretty fast, and started to recognize that some games just suck. I never was into the wrestling stuff in the first place, but that's because the games, especially the games of wrestling, are really weird. They have like stamina instead of health, and it's hard to figure out if you're even winning. And King of the Monsters 1, I think even more so than that one we watched, is wrestling over fighting. No one has submitted it to be ranked yet, though.
are you just waiting for someone to ask you to play it?
It's gonna be hard to beat the Flintstones.
The movie tie-in game?
Yeah. Current top dog worst game I've seen.
I've only ever played a small amount of that game, and it is terrible.
Whatever you've played is nowhere near as bad as it gets. It's so bad.
I think I've only ever played the first few levels because I think it came up in like a Kuso Grande gauntlet, so I never had to play more than a little bit of it.
I don't think any human has made it past level 3 without cheating. A couple of players on level 4 here, and it only took them 9 minutes, so pretty much at the end. They're gonna beat this game.
Yeah, the question is whether or not it's going to get difficult enough to stop them, or whether or not they're just going to pretty easily make light work of this.
Yeah, the Flintstones final stage, it has like the Aladdin lava ride. You have 2 health, you never get healed. It's this like 5-minute gauntlet. You have like 4 minutes to do a 5-minute gauntlet, essentially. It's some stuff. It's brutal.
Sounds like a mess.
I'm sure if you were dedicated to it, as the guy who beat that ridiculous Mario World ROM hack that one time, maybe you could get it. But that's the kind of memorization you're gonna need. There are 7 stages in this.
And stage 6 isn't even really a level, it's just a refight of all the bosses in order.
I like the little manticore, thumb-sized.
Yeah, so we've got 3 players, Patty Beast, Jaspertine, and Spritz, all on boss number, what, 3. Timestalker and Okami are on boss number 4. And Bloodfire's working his way to boss number 4.
Timestalker in the lead. This game's really cool, but I can see why they didn't give you continues, because their game is only 15 minutes long. If they give you a continue, it's over. Stage 5. Are you a Frankenstein or a Dracula?
I probably would have picked Frankenstein. Or, sorry, I probably would have picked Dracula. I still don't know whether or not they play exactly the same, or whether or not there's any small difference.
It looks like they are the same. Just blue or red. No shame to the Frankenstein monster, but Dracula's just a better monster to be. If you had to pick your set of superpowers. Exactly. Pretty strong zombie guy, or honestly Dracula can just do whatever the hell he wants sometimes. Sometimes he turns into water, he doesn't care. Whatever, he just does what he likes.
Yeah, you can either pick a eternal eldritch creature, or you can pick a guy who is assembled from spare parts incorrectly.
The Hook Gremlin is beating people up. The fire almost ate it, but they made through.
Just barely.
Everybody's still got a couple lives left. Bloodfire's got the least. They're already in stage 5. Nice. Okami takes the lead.
Nice.
Last battle at Monster Mountain. Oh, sweet. That's what the Tyrannosaurus needs. Fire breath. Pressure works on the Minotaurs, who are friends with the T-Rex. Time for a little elevator. Time is playing it a little more safe, I think.
Yeah, Okami definitely is playing a lot more aggressively, ending most of the boss fights with just one hit point remaining.
Patty defeated the gremlin. Everybody's doing great. You usually don't have such a great attack in a game like this. Apparently you can throw bolts on the stage that Spritz is on.
Yeah, a lot of stages have big objects you can carry around and throw. So like some of the indoor levels have giant keys that you can do the same thing with.
Ah, you threw it the wrong way. Okami is one boss ahead.
Oh.
Do these guys take the same number of hits?
I don't know. I don't know if they have the exact same amount of health that the original versions of them did. The fighting against the knife thrower at the beginning, he seemed to die a little faster, but I don't know if that's just because Okami was better practiced at that point.
It looked like Patty used to continue.
Yeah, it's just a finite number of continues. You can run out and have to start all the way over.
Yeah. I think all of our players are going to make it at least level 6. If not the whole game. Like, yeah, they still have 10 minutes left. I restarted this
Okami
point.
and Time Stalker are definitely going to make it to the final boss, and perhaps will win. We'll see about the others. Bloodfire's on stage 6. Jaspertine, Spritz, and Patty B's are on stage 5.
The hooked gremlin is defeated again. So many little monsters. There's a Hydra up there. You don't usually see them flying around though. Time and Akami are both fighting the ghost boss in the sewers. Yeah.
And then the Warlock fight.
It's pretty cool. Good blast. Time isn't playing it hard enough to get 2 hits on a cycle, making this witch fight take a while.
Okami has to play it safe now. I know that in this game, when you do die, you basically get to resume from right where you were. I don't know whether or not it resets boss progress. I would expect it does. No, never mind. I don't think it does. So yeah, if you've got the lives to spare, there's no reason to be playing it safe on some of these fights. That's Okami done with stage 6. I think all that's left is stage 7 now, which is the final fight, or the final stage.
Time Stalker's working on Thunder Guy. Vampires and monsters. Oh, the fake out. He's just watching TV on his Konami CRT screen. Gigantic.
I love my Konami CRT.
Eight times larger than you. TV's fighting. Change the channel. That might be it.
Looking pretty good. Okami done. 23 minutes.
Six minutes left. Time Stalker might be able to do it if they hurry up with this Warlock guy. They've been chipping at him for a while. There it is. Addy might be finished. No, they gotta continue left. I think everyone's gonna last through the half hour.
I think that's probably true.
Who is this guy? Is it the Warlock? Yeah, it
I
is.
believe so.
Lightning Warlock became a TV program.
Warlock.
I think TV form Warlock is less dangerous. I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah, he definitely got nerfed. That the version that they fought him in that room seemed much worse.
He just changed the channel. It's definitely a crappy 90s, 80s comedy about being sucked into the TV and trying to get out and changing the channel. And the neighbor was trying to kill him. I wonder what that was called.
That does not sound familiar.
Bad movie about TV remote. It's called Stay Tuned.
And Time Stalker just finished with 2639.
Three minutes left. I don't think anyone else is close enough, but they are not far off. They're gonna maybe beat level 6. Had like a better success rate with this game than any other game we've ever done. So 95% cleared. We were worried about nothing. Nobody got game over in this thing. The ice swamp monster guy. I guess he's supposed to be a Yeti. He just looks weird.
Kind of does nothing too. He just runs left and right.
That's a Mega Man X3 boss.
As soon as I said it, it's like that's quite a few Mega Man bosses. One of the X1 Mavericks too. There's some X1 Maverick that just runs left and right in the room.
They're better about it in that first two games. I'm trying to think what one you might think does that.
Maybe I'm thinking about the armadillo that bounces around in the room.
Yeah, he's probably the worst boss in the game. If you don't have his weakness, and if you do, it's okay, I guess. People are gonna hate to hear these Mega Man facts. But Spark Mandrill is a good fight without his weakness, and a terrible free one with it. An Armadillo is one of the worst fights ever without it, and with it, it's also free. Unfortunately, there's no middle ground, which means that Spark Mandrill's a better boss than Armored Armadillo. Objectively.
I mean, the truth is that if this were a 35 or a 40-minute race, everyone would clear it, I think.
Yeah, that extra 5 minutes to do it. Time is up. Stay Tuned is about a husband and wife getting sucked into a hellish television set and survive gauntlets of terrible shows that try to kill them. Yeah. I knew it was real. Well, it's hard to rank. Everyone got a 6 except for 2 players, so
Yeah.
4-way tie for second place. Third place, I guess. Time Sucker in second. Not too far behind Okami, just one boss fight behind. Crushed.
Everyone did fantastic.
Monster in a Party. Monster Party Pocket.
Yeah.
Monster
Monster in my
Party.
pocket.
Monster.
The
Oh.
Monster Pocket Party.
Hey, thanks for joining me for the Halloween and Halloween Author Blues.
Absolutely.
You
Boo.
doing any broadcasting?
Yeah. I think I will.
Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds. I'll host over.
All right. In 30 seconds, I'll be live.
Have a good one.
Later.